Hey everyone, Dave Gwynn here, and in this short video, I want to show you this awesome software I just got my hands on called Springly. And what it does, it actually creates these beautiful ads for your Teespring campaign. So if you're into Teespring, this is going to blow your mind, and I love Teespring, so I find this tool just absolutely amazing. I've already started using it, and it's saving me a ton of time. Now I traditionally use Photoshop. I just love Photoshop, and I know how to use it really well. I've been doing it for years, but I can't tell you how quick this software is. Like, I probably won't even be using Photoshop that much anymore. In fact, I'll actually use Photoshop a little bit, but I'll be using this a lot more because I can actually import my images into this software. But after you see what this thing can do, you're going to be blown away. And one of the things you have to do when you're selling Teespring shirts on Facebook is you have to come up with a lot of different ad variations. Well, this helps you do it like so quickly. I'm going to show you a bunch of examples in here of stuff that I've already done here just as an example for this video. But let me just quickly show you here some of the ones I've done. And I literally did these in less than like a few minutes, probably less than 2 minutes each. So you can see this is one. Now these are not my shirts you're seeing in here. I just went and grabbed some from Teespring. So let's take a look at some of them here. So easy to create these. This is the kind of style I like using in my ads, where I like to put my image over to the side and have the shirt there. I'll show you how I did this. It's pretty cool. And here's another one that I created. And while I was surfing through Facebook this morning, I saw this ad pop up in my news feed for I can freeze time. It's a cool looking ad. Well, you see this ad right here? I can pump that ad out so quick, less than 30 seconds, using Springly. So let's go ahead and dive into the software and show you this. But I also want to show you some really cool tips in this video. So what I plan on doing is showing you an awesome way to get targeted interest keywords for your Facebook ads. And I'm going to do that by showing you how to get it from a free, very popular online website, which you probably never thought of using. So you definitely want to watch this video because I'm going to show you some pretty cool tips. Let's get right to it. Let's go ahead and create this one you're looking at right here. So how it works is when you first come into Springly, you'll see all the buttons here at the very top. These are all your different sections of the software. And trust me, this is so simple. Literally, all you really have to do here is you get your Teespring campaign link after you've uploaded it to the internet. Now, I found this shirt here just using Teespring. And so I went and I grabbed this link at the very top, right click and copy. And then you come in here and you just right click and paste. And when you've done that, you click load campaign. And now what Springly's doing, it's going in there into Teespring and grabbing all of the shirt variations that person is selling, also the shirt colors. Now you can see here they're just using black, so it's all you're going to see here. But every shirt variation and color will be in here automatically. Like, Springly just pulls that in like magic. I can't tell you how awesome that single feature is. When you're working with Photoshop and you got to remove the white space around every single shirt, it takes a long time, especially when I do like 20 ads. Man, this is awesome. So then all you have to do is go ahead and start selecting these shirts and put them in your template over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Use Default. This is the default template. So once you load your shirts in, you go to the template section here, and you can select one of many different templates built right into the software. So this particular shirt, I noticed that it's actually a back image shirt. You can see right here that the main image is on the back, and then they do have a little one on the front. So if I click the front, you get a little one there. So to me, intuitively, you need to show the back and the front of that shirt, right? So I looked through the templates here, and I found one that was just perfect. There it is. So you can see I could use this one for the back and this one for the front. So I just select that like this. Now you go back to the shirt, and you'll see these little radio boxes there. Just select T1 and then click the one you want. I want to show a back of a normal T. Click that and boom. It updates, and you can actually move every element in here. So I can move that up a little bit. And now I want to change that one. Go to T2, and I want to show the front like that. And you can move it up. And every element you can actually move, and you can reshape, and you can rotate. This thing is just so fun. I love it. So if I want to make that same image I was just showing you here, So this one here, I'm going to make that right there real quick. So I didn't use this guarantee badge thing. So you can look along the top and you'll see where badges is. And there's actually a ton of really cool ones in here. You can just click on it and just select the one that you want. But I don't actually want to use it in this particular example. So at the very bottom you say show badge. Just uncheck that. And then grab the price tag and make it a little bit bigger so you can kind of see it like that. And you can change the price tags as well. So that's just in the price tag section. So a whole bunch of cool different price tags. Of course, you can grab the one that matches your actual price. For the text part, you can go to the text section over here. And I simply selected Capture Smalls. It's a font that I installed. And then I changed the color here to white. And what I love about this is you can just select inside the size there and use your scroll on your mouse. And you just automatically scroll and you can see the text increasing there. You can select inside here and make the box a little bit bigger so the text will show up. I'll make it a little bit smaller. And I want to take the bold off of it. And you can also add a shadow real quickly like that. So it's just so cool. I love this tool. Now if I want to change the button real quick, go into the buttons section up here. And you got a whole bunch of buttons to choose from. And the one that I liked was this one. And then I made it just a little bit bigger. So you can see I'm already done there, and only thing that I want is a new background. So over here you go to the background, and I believe I selected this background here. It looked pretty grungy and kind of cool, went with the idea of the shirt. And then I added a border. So go in here and I added, I think, just like a reddish kind of border, and you can increase that border size a little bit just using the my mouse wheel. Pretty cool. And that's it. Export it out, and now I got my actual shirt image, and it's the perfect dimensions that you need to upload for your Facebook ad. You see how easy it is to create that. And what's awesome, you can click save and it adds it to a template section here. So you have your own templates saved in here. So it's just so cool. Absolutely love this software. And you see I created my other ones in here too. Let me go ahead and create another one real quick, like this one here with the guns. Let's start at the beginning and use default and do this real quick. So this is the shirt here that I found on Teespring. I just thought it was pretty cool, kind of funny, and be a good example. And so what I had to do actually in behind the scenes is I had to quickly go and design this actual shirt. I didn't make it exactly the same, but for the purposes of this example, I needed to have this actual design. So I chose this one because I knew I can create it really quickly in Photoshop. So I did it right here. You can see in Photoshop I created this image really quick. It's quite similar. I had to use a different little image for a little girl that I just found off of Google. So like I'm not going to sell this or anything like that. I just created this just for the purposes of this video. I needed this design. But when you're creating your Teespring shirts, of course, you're going to have these designs done yourself or by your designer. So you'll have this actual file. So I just needed that example or that graphic for this example. So what I'm going to do is put that link in here. You don't actually have to put the whole thing. You can actually just put the end part of the actual link and say load campaigns, and it'll load like that. And so here we go. Now we can see that it's actually pulling back all the different shirts and the different colors of that actual design. So that's pretty cool. And went into the templates, and let's go ahead and grab that template. So what I did is I just grabbed the same one there, the one that we used before, because it only had 2 shirts in it. And I want to show you a trick using this. So if we just grab that, so I just clicked on it and go back to the shirts, and for the T number 1 I'm going to do this shirt here, and then for this t-shirt here I actually don't want to have a shirt image. I want to use that image that I created in Photoshop and have it to the side over here, and I'll show you what I mean. Oops, like this here. I want my image to the side so that people can see the graphic right in their face, and then they see it on the shirt. So I like doing that technique. It works really well for my conversions. So let's go ahead and do that. And what you do is go into the shirt section here, and you can go to My Library, and then you just go upload shirt, but it's not actually the shirt you're uploading. You're actually uploading your graphic. And the really cool part is the fact that you can actually upload any graphic. It doesn't have to be just a shirt. So if you think about it, this doesn't have to actually be applied to Teespring at all. Like say you're just promoting your software on Facebook, you can still use this software to quickly create your ad. You got access to all these cool little price tags and badges and text and buttons and all that kind of stuff. And you can just upload your own graphics in here, like a box, like a software box of your software product or something like that, and a little image in the back. It's just so awesome. So you can use this for any Facebook ad. It doesn't have to be just Teespring. You just have to be a little bit, think outside the box a little bit and just use this feature here of uploading your own little graphics into the software. So it's a lot more than just a Teespring ad sort of software. And one other thing that's cool too, you can see here, I forgot about this, the glow feature. You can actually select a shirt and you can apply a glow to it. So you can do like, say, any color glow, like orange or something like that. Actually, I selected the wrong one, but you can see what I mean. You can add a glow to it. So if you selected the T2 there, it must be, so you can see the glow is black, but if you do like a green glow, you can increase the glow like that. Makes it pop out just a little bit, so that's a cool little feature as well. It makes it really handy when you have like a dark background and then you have a dark t-shirt. You want to be, pulling that t-shirt out and popping it in front of people's faces, and you can do that by utilizing the glow feature. Oh, I went ahead and selected that shirt. I had forgot to select this T here. There we go. So I can go back to the library, select T1, and click the shirt there. There we go. That's what I actually wanted. So now I can make this a lot bigger. And this one in here. And then I changed the background to the wood. And I didn't have the guarantee seal, so I went to the badges, removed the badge. I took the price tag, made it a bit bigger right here. And I took the text out of there, so go to the text and click show text, get that out of there. And I changed the button to a cooler one that I found. I liked this one here. I made it a little bit bigger. And boom, just like that, that's my ad. Export it, and you've got it saved. So you can see just how quick it is to use this software. It's quite awesome, to be honest. I love it. And so let me just show you how you could quickly create that ad that we found inside of Facebook. This one here. This is so simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and go to the actual shirt. And wow, 547 sales. That's could be a really good niche to get in. I haven't done anything with photography before, so that's pretty cool. Let's copy this link and let's go ahead and create this ad real quick, just like that. So we'll go back to campaign. I'm going to use default. Let's just paste that in here. Click load. It's going out and grabbing all the shirts. Let's find a template here. Go to library. And it looks like the template that's being used is something like this. So you can see that there. But they're not using any tags or nothing like that, like price tag or seal. So what you have to do is change the background color here. It was a solid color, and you can use your own solid color if you'd like. So they used like a yellowish kind of color, kind of like that. And then they had a border of white. So it was something like that. Go back to the shirts and select the tees you want to use. There's that one. And then the second one was a women's shirt. And the third one was a hoodie. So look for the hoodie in here. There it is. We can move that around a little bit. Get a nicer looking badge in there. Maybe something like that. I'm a big fan of actually covering your shirts a little bit. That raises like sort of curiosity in the audience looking at the actual ad, thinking, I want to see more of the shirt because it's been covered a little bit. A little trick that I use. And then we can add a better button there. And there we go. We actually just created this ad in like, I don't know, 60 seconds or something like that. And it looks pretty similar, but actually a little better than the one that's up there. So you can see just how amazingly powerful this software is for creating ads. Now I want to show you a cool little tip with this software. Alright, so I just went back to this template here. And what I want to show you here, let's make the text box really big. Inside of the text, I just love this feature that they put into the software. I have a bunch of fonts loaded on my computer. And one thing I love about Photoshop is the ability to go through my fonts really quick. Well, this software is just like Photoshop. I love this feature. So I have like hundreds of fonts, right? So I want to see which font looks really nice in here. Let's make this bigger so we can kind of see it. And I want to quickly go through my fonts. Check this out. All I have to do is select the top font here in my font list, and then use the arrow key, use the down arrow key on my keyboard. And you can quickly just go through the fonts really quick, and you can find one you like. I'm like, I like that one. That's cool. Then you can add shadow to it, and your color, and your bold, and your italics, and underline, and all that other kind of stuff right here. So I love that little cool feature. Now, if you're looking for awesome fonts, let me show you my favorite spot online to get fonts for free. I absolutely love this website. It's called Dafont, DAFONT.com. This site is awesome. You can get every font you can think of. Look at this one here, Scream Again. Let's get that one. So what you want to do is click download, and then select the folder you'd like to put it into. So I'll just select this Teespring folder here, and it'll be a zip file. Then open that actual zip file. So on Windows, you just right click and extract all, and just extract it here, and makes a folder. Go into that folder, you right click, and then you install the font, and that's it. You just install the system font. Now with the software, unfortunately, you're going to have to close it down and restart it again. So we'll just close it. All right, so we just reopen it there. Go into the text. Then we got to find that actual, it was called Scream. So you can see right here, Scream Again. And that's the font that we just stuck in there. Just released, sell up fast. Looks like the font's pretty close to each other. But anyways, it just gives you an idea of you can get pretty much unlimited fonts that you want for free. And that's how easy it is just to get a font. There's just tons in here. Like I like going into like the curly or the eroded is a really nice one I like checking out. So lots of eroded stuff in here. So this is where I find all my fancy little fonts, and that's how easy it is to throw it into your computer and then put it into the software. So easy. Another really cool feature is when you're trying to center things inside of Photoshop, it's actually quite tricky. Well, in here, they added a really awesome feature that I can't tell you how amazing it is. When you want things nice and centered for whatever you want, they've added these functions, these buttons at the top here. So say if you select an object, you go center it, it'll center right in the middle of the actual screen. Let's say you want to center this object in horizontally, it'll do it horizontally, or it could do it vertically. So when you really want to center things up, get things in the middle, make it look nice and even, those little buttons come in really handy. It might seem so trivial, but I'm telling you, it just saves a lot of time coming from someone that uses Photoshop a lot. That's just a simple little feature that he put in there that I just love. Alright, so I want to show you that tip. So inside of Facebook, you know, when you load up your ads, you have to find your interests for your for your niche. You got to find specific, highly targeted interests. You know, for like nursing or something like that. If you stick in nursing, you'll get this here, and you know, you can't select nursing. It's like 9.6 million people. You can't really target that. You're not going to make much money. You need really highly targeted keywords for certain niches and sub niches. So it's always like seeing new tips on how to get really good interest for your ad. So that's what I want to show you next. And go on over to Google, and the site that I want to show you is Wikipedia. I know it seems kind of trivial, but you know what? A lot of people don't use it. This site has a gold mine of interests. I'm telling you, this is awesome. So let's come in here and type in nursing. And then scroll right down to the bottom, and you're going to see this funky looking box here, which has a whole bunch of stuff like levels of practice, education, and licensure, specialties in areas of practice, nursing process, and all sorts of stuff here, right? And I don't even understand half this stuff. So it doesn't matter. You want to try and get certain keywords that you can put inside of here. And these are all directly related to nursing. So these could be potentially very profitable targets. So all you got to do is select all of this with your mouse, right click and copy. Just open up a plain old notepad, right click and paste, and here you go. You have a whole bunch of interest that you can now use inside of Facebook. And this is how you do it. Just look under the ones that you want and just put a little comma after it, and just get rid of all the spaces and just make each keyword comma and put comma. I don't know if advanced practice, something like that. And then once you've got everything you need, so let's just grab a couple more here. Like that. We'll select all those keywords with commas in between them, and then go back to Facebook, and then you right click and paste into here, and boom, look at that. You know, clinical nurse leader, clinical nurse specialist, licensed practical nurse. So as you can see here, we've got really highly targeted interests that I probably would never thought of, right? Especially just by typing nurse in here, you would have never really found those. So it's really cool. And that was just the first couple. Like, look of all these other potential highly targeted keywords, you know. All this really cool stuff in here. Nursing interventions, classifications. Like, I don't know. I never would have thought of any of this stuff. So it's just a really awesome place to find targets. Now, let's continue with that example. For example, this photography. I know nothing really about photography, so let's go ahead and test this one. Let's see what we can find. And, you know, if you go into Photoshop, sorry, not Photoshop, Facebook, and you type in photography, you know, let's see what, 94 million people, you know, you're not going to do an ad for 94 million people. That's not going to make you very much money, I can guarantee it. So you need more really highly targeted interests in order to really nail down your ad. So let's go in here and just type in photography. There we go. And see what we'll find. Whoops. There we go. Go down to the bottom, and you see the box isn't visible, but if you go to the right there and click show, boom. Look at that. It's like a mother load of awesome targets. Let's go ahead and select all those. Right click and copy. And let's do the same thing again. I'll just open up another notepad. Right click and paste. And you got all these targets that you'd never even think of. Like, I don't know all the terminology of photography, but look at this. You know, angle of view, black and white, chromatic aberration, cycle of confusion. I'm definitely confused. But you see what I mean? I would have never thought of this kind of stuff. Well, now you can come in here, add commas to it, and then do exactly what I was just doing. So let's just quickly check this out here. All right, so let's go ahead and select all of these. Go back to Facebook, paste them in here, and here we go. We got a whole bunch of very targeted keywords or interests around photography that I probably would never thought of. You know, if like people are into, you know, black and white, or let's say depth of field, or exposure compensation, exposure value, F number. You know, these kind of things, only photographers are going to know those kind of terminology, and those are the kind of people that are going to be interested in those sorts of topics and interests. So this could be a potential awesome set of targets that you could use. In fact, you know what? You can go and find a designer and then redesign this to, you know, I can freeze time. There's nothing wrong with using I can freeze time, but just change up the image. You know, get a designer to create you like 3 or 4 different variations of this particular image or something like that. Or you can change the saying. You don't have to say what's your superpower at all. Just say I can freeze time and that's it. Or I can stop time. You know, that's another one. And just change it up. And then go ahead and use these targets. Use all those targets that we saw here. So it's that easy. So anyways, I just really want to show you that wicked tip on what I do for finding awesome, highly targeted interest keywords just by simply using Wikipedia. It's free. Why not use it? Now, Springly normally sells for $97. In fact, if you head on over to springly.net, you'll see that it's 97 bucks. And you know what? It's actually worth 97 bucks for the amount of time that it saves you. It's awesome. Trust me. I'm speaking from someone that uses Photoshop for everything. This thing is wicked. So it is definitely worth that kind of money. But I reached out to the product developer, James Sides. I know him personally. I talk to him all the time on Skype, and I said, hey, look, can you set me up a really cool discount for my customers only? And he decided to do it for me. I had to twist his arm a little bit. And as a result, he let me in for a private discount for only 47 bucks one-time payment. But you know what? He wasn't that comfortable about it, and he has other affiliates and other people promoting this. So he said, look, I can only do this for a short amount of time. So we're only doing this for 72 hours. For the next 72 hours, you get a chance to grab Springly at just 47 bucks. So I highly recommend jumping in on this offer while you still can. So that's it for now. I want to say thanks for watching this video, and hopefully I showed you a couple tips that you can take away and use in your marketing. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the other side.